Hi everyone, I'm very glad to see each of you. Today we're gonna find out how I've managed to increase my capital without even trying especially hard or constantly monitoring the exchange. It's quite easy, and I'm gonna tell you about the exchange tools for good profits. If you're watching this video, you're interested in ways to boost your assets. Trading is a risky way. Even the most experienced investors lose their money on it, and you have no other option but to put up with that. Trading, though, has nothing to do with gambling and luck. There are ways to minimize the risk. One of them is take profit. It's a key tool that is capable of saving your money without even being involved. Let's find out what it is. I welcome both first-time investors and skilled traders. It's fate. I'm gonna lead you into a fascinating world of cryptocurrency. If you see me for the first time, you might ask yourself, why should you be trusted at all? It's a good question. Let me introduce myself. I'm an expert in making money on the exchange. I've been into trading for 3 years. I've met lots of highly successful traders as well as complete failures. So I have many useful things to share with you. But the things I'm not talking about on this channel are based not just on my experience. I work with a team of great investors that trade every day. Each one of them wants their experience to help you become richer. My fairy likes. We'd like to give you as much useful information as possible, so we moved beyond this YouTube channel. There is a link to the Telegram channel below this video. I post the most recent news there and share valuable insights for investors. But if you'd like to make money with me, send me a private message and I will add you to my VIP channel. I regularly post signals there that you can use for boosting your assets. Let's make money together. You have to admit, it's a kind of offer you can't refuse. Both links are below. Subscribe. My dear friends, let's trade. Here's a familiar exchange. I've studied the context, chart, and trends. Today I'm gonna invest into a coin called Aptos. It seems to me the chart is going down soon. I'm pretty sure about it. Let me assume that the coin will drop to 12.31. It means that I should open the trade. Wait. Close it and then celebrate my success. When will the chart reach the level I need? No one knows. So I have two options. I would just monitor the chart till the moment I need to close the trade. It might take a couple of hours. Option 2. I may ask the exchange to close the trade for me when the coin price reaches the value I set. The name for this tool is Take Profit. It's really convenient, isn't it? Well, I think the price will definitely drop to 12.31. I don't want to risk that much though, so I asked the exchange to close the trade at a slightly higher level, 12.3815. Okay, we have the number. Let's buy. Wait, what should I do if the Aptos price fails to reach my mark? Intermediate values could be set then if we want to save our money. These points are called closing price. It makes the trade even more secure. What is it about? We set intermediate values on the price's way to the take profit. If it reaches one of those values, you get a percentage of the total trade amount. Even if you were wrong and the coin price couldn't reach the level you bet on, you can still earn an intermediate results. So our next step is to set a take profit value. I open the window and enter my number, 12.3815. After that, I set a stop loss value to... Let's choose 5% of the total amount. The number is set for us. All done? What should I do next? I want to make my trade more secure, and so I set limits. I use a calculator to find the numbers at regular intervals and set the values. 12.6430. If the chart gets to this point, I will have 25%. The second value is 12.5120. At this point, I get 50%. It's all set now. I have some other things to pay attention to while the exchange is doing everything for me. My fairy likes. It's been around 3 hours. I've walked my dog named Blockchain watch another episode of The Last of Us, and practice yoga. The exchange was doing all the job at the same time. Let's take a look at what we have now. Well, you can see I was right. The chart passed every trigger point I marked. I've already made more than $1,000. Look at how the trade was running. Here's the price going slightly up and then down as I predicted. I take this money and close the trade. I get 100%. And I'm really happy that the trade went well. Here you could see my results. Let's look at take profit closely. Why should we use it? One of the obvious advantages is time saving. Once the value of the coin price is set, you are free to go about your business. 200% time management. One more advantage is a smart investment. I know you guys are keen players. When you see a chart being weird, emotions run high. In this case, you're likely to miss the right moment for closing the trade. Seeing the coin price going up, we are most likely to expect great success and miss the point when the price drops. And believe me, it happens really unexpectedly sometimes. If you use take profit, you may set up a reasonable value and it secures you against excessive emotions. They do not really help investors. If you enter the trade and then realize your mistake, you're allowed to get out of a trade at any time. No fines or any blowback for you. Take profit can be calculated. There are lots of ways and formulas to do that, but I'm gonna give you the same advice as for credit leverage. Use a special tool to calculate it. They have one on Bybit as well. Enter your values, assess your risks, make your forecasts, and start making money. One more important thing. Do you remember that I chose several values instead of one? These additional points are called closing price. Let's get a closer look. Well, you have a take profit. It's the price when the trade must be closed. On the way to this value, closing price could be set. These values are called intermediate. Anytime the coin price reaches the value you set, a certain trade percentage comes to your account, and you even can choose the percent you get from each value. That's really secure. In other words, it's hard to lose money if you use take profit and closing price. I've set the closing price at regular intervals. It means I've marked the level which makes me profit when I pass it. What is the correct way of setting the closing price? The most common mistake here is when the intervals are too big or too small. You can neither benefit from it nor save your money. In fact, the main part of setting the closing price is to choose the right interval between the marks. Skilled traders prefer to choose a strategy based on how strong their forecast is. There are actually three key strategies. The first one is a 50-50 method. You set closing price exactly between the current price and take profit. Use this method if you're really fairly certain of a chart to move in the direction you need. The second option is a triple scale. Split the difference value between the take profit and the current price into 3 equal parts and set 3 closing price values at each level. This method is a cross between risky and safe ones. Use it whenever you feel sure about the result but unwilling to risk too much. The third method is 80-20. Well, how does it work? First, you should examine the chart and find the highest previous price level. It would be even better if the price was at this level more than once. Mark this point. It's your closing price. The difference between the current coin price and closing price is 80% of the total trade amount. Calculate the rest 20% and mark another point. It's your take profit. 80-20 is the safest. The possibility of the price reaching the same level as several times before is quite high. You can be pretty sure of that. And when the closing prices hit those 20% are not a big deal. It will be easier to part with this money even if the chart goes in another direction. Does take profit have drawbacks anyway? Of course it does. One of them is the following. You might fail to earn the money you would have earned if you had followed the market yourself. Here is a simple example. You mark the point when you should get out of the trade. The price might change after all when your trade has been already closed. You get your profit, of course, but not as large as you could have. But it's obviously not the same as losing all your money. While you're watching this video and keeping track of everything I'm talking about, there might be a question in your head. Well, Faye, let's imagine I marked a point and asked the exchange to close the trade. What should I do if the price fails to reach either take profit or even closing price? My fairy likes. Here's one more thing as stop loss. Take profit is the lowest position when you get out of a trade, and stop loss is the highest one when the trading is closed. And of course, you should set a stop loss value when using take profit. Guys, please like this video if you would see one more about stop loss. If this video gets more viewers, I will make another one soon and tell you there about stop loss, which is the best way to protect your assets. Rationality is the first rule of investing. The second rule is to talk as much as possible about this channel. Click the subscribe button and the bell icon. And don't miss out new videos about wise investment. Well, friends, we've discussed the ways you can secure your money while trading. Here is some very important advice. Try not to set too high values for take profit. Use your common sense and calculate the values. Before you invest in an exchange and start trading, make sure you're good at theory. Analyze the market and dig into relevant questions. When you pay no attention to this part, you run the risk of losing your money. To get the gist of cryptocurrency faster, subscribe to this channel and my social media. All the links are below. See you next time, future millionaires!